Hi, good Wednesday morning, everyone. I'm Russ Riesinger, and this is The News Now. Hope your day's off to a good start. Well, no matter where you are today, the big story is going to be the heat. If you're outside, you've probably already felt it. We are expecting some very hot temperatures today. In fact, it is a first alert weather day here on WTOC. We're taking a live look outside right now from Hilton Head Island, and the beach, a very nice place to be. But let's talk about this heat. It is going to be hot enough to cause some problems if you're not careful. Temps are already in the 80s right now. They're going to get into the mid to upper 90s before the afternoon is over. But it's going to feel even hotter than that. It's going to feel as hot as 110 degrees today. So that's dangerously hot. And these hot temperatures aren't going to be going away anytime soon either. Both today and tomorrow, first alert weather days because of the heat. Outdoor exercise may need to be delayed or limited. We've got some tips to stay safe during the extreme heat on our website. Just click on the weather tab, look for the story. And remember, our WTOC First Alert weather app's very helpful on days like this. That app will give you an exact temperature specifics for your area. Cutter Martin will be joining us here on The News Now coming up at 11 a.m. and he'll give you a better idea of just what to expect out there today. But it is going to be dangerously hot, so keep that in mind. Well, unfortunately, Georgia already has its first hot car death of the year. Happened yesterday down in Camden County. They're investigating after a 7-month-old boy was found dead in a car that was at the Quality Inn there in Kingsland. A man rushed in to try to help the baby using infant CPR, but by then it was already too late. No one's in custody. No one's been charged at this point, but that investigation is still going on. And believe it or not, there have already been 15 hot car deaths reported nationwide so far, and it's not officially even summer yet. Got some new information right now about a man who's been the subject of a search that's been going on in Effingham County this morning. About an hour after the suspect driving a stolen car ran into the woods, deputies say they got a call about a home invasion not far from the crash scene off Highway 17. Then around 4:30 this morning, deputies reported a similar call coming in from Sand Hill Road. So they believe that same man is connected in 3 incidents now and an armed robbery that happened before the chase. One witness says the man was wearing a shirt with a skull on the back. Deputies say the suspect is considered armed and dangerous. We'll keep you updated as soon as we find out more about this. Well, we are a week away from the runoffs in the South Carolina election, and you can vote in person at election offices across South Carolina right now. If you're in Beaufort County, we have more polling location changes for you. If you voted at the Hilton Head School for Creative Arts on primary day, you will now vote at the Presbyterian Church. And if you voted at the Community Bible Church in Beaufort, you will move to the youth center of that church. The runoff coming up on June 26th. Well, the 2 Republican candidates left in the governor's race, Henry McMaster and John Warren, will have one last debate. That'll be at 7 o'clock tonight. McMaster leading in the polls, but not by much, showing him ahead with 53%. He's also got President Trump in his corner. The president and the vice president, Mike Pence, are reportedly coming to campaign for McMaster next week. Warren got some local support yesterday from Low Country Senator Tom Davis, who endorsed him. Also in that runoff, Beaufort County's 9th District Council seat. That'll be Mike Raymond and Mark Lawson fighting it out in that race. Well, Georgia lawmakers say that the multi-million-dollar defense bill that has been passed by Congress will have a direct impact on our local military members and also on their families. This week, the House and Senate passed the National Defense Authorization Act, which would authorize pay raises, new aircraft, ships, and submarines, in addition to new policy initiatives. Now, we spoke to Senator David Perdue, who says for the first time in U.S. history, the Department of Defense will actually be audited.
I think we'll find opportunity to save money, redirect money toward higher priority. And I think what this defense authorization bill does for Georgia is it secures the future of those 9 bases that we have, and also helps them prepare for the mission ahead in the new national defense strategy.
Well, the bill includes a measure to undo President Trump's decision to get rid of a ban on Chinese telecommunications company ZTE, which was penalized for violating U.S. sanctions against North Korea and Iran. The decision to keep the penalties in place received bipartisan support. The defense bill now heads to the conference committee. You've got one more chance to speak your mind to the Savannah-Chatham County School Board about that proposed tax hike. They've already had 2 meetings about that proposal to raise the mill by 2.25 or raise the rate by 2.25 mils. They've decided on that, but they could actually lower it depending on what they hear from the public. So you've got one more chance to make your voice heard. That'll be this evening, 6 p.m. at the Whitney Administrative Complex. It's there at 2 Laura Avenue. And we also want to remind you about the 2018 Senior Expo Health Fair. That's coming up tomorrow, and we want to invite you out to that. That event aims to promote wellness by providing information and services. Will help people not only live longer, but live better. It's free. It's open to the public. It includes free health screenings, consultations, and more. It'll be at the Savannah Civic Center from 9 a.m. until 1 p.m. And if you're coming out there, we hope you'll stop by the WTOC booth and say hi to us. And speaking of hi, got a lot of people tuning in this morning. Anne Marie Howard Woods, hello. Jessica Marie Phillips, good morning to Renita Thompson. Also Sophie Freeman. Cindy's watching us from Buford. Glad to have you aboard. How about Brandon Phillips? He's got some advice for everybody. He says, drink water. You really do need to drink a lot of water today because it is, as we mentioned, dangerously hot out there. Happy Wednesday from Stacy Harper. Sophie Freeman says, no excuse is good enough for leaving a child in a car. Really, it's not, but unfortunately, it does happen, as we mentioned, 15 times already. And, in my career covering news, I've seen it happen just about everywhere I've worked at some point or another. It does seem to happen. People either get busy, don't do it intentionally, but for whatever reason, forget. It really is sad. Also got a hello from Inglewood, Florida. Lorene Cole is watching us from there. Kelly Rodriguez watching us from Hinesville. Hi, Kelly. Good to have you. And Suzanne Miller watching this morning from Fort Hood, Texas. All right. Good to have you all aboard. We appreciate you watching WTOC. Go to my Facebook page if you would. WTOC Russ Riesinger. Give it a like. Hope you have a great day. Cutter will be back here at 11 to tell you more about the forecast and the extreme heat that we're expecting. So stay cool, everyone. We'll see you at 11.